Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Global Lives. Every month, we're here bringing topic of interest to global citizens. So this month, we will talk about the onboarding team. Um, so at our lives, we will either talk about programs or we will show a department of global citizen solutions and how it works and how we operate. And joining me today is Aline Machado, Kate's Executive Officer. Hello, Aline. And
Hi, Melanie.
we will have a really nice chat about the onboarding. But before we go and talk to Aline, I'd like to give you a bit of an overview on how we will run the live. So basically, this should last no longer than 35 minutes. We are broadcasting from our YouTube account, but as well as our Facebook. You can start putting your questions down there on the chat. If we don't answer your questions, not a problem at all. It will be saved during the live, and afterwards, Aline and another member of the team will come and answer to your questions. And before I talk to Aline, last but not least, so please give us a like so you can help this video circulate around the internet and help more people understanding what we do. So yes, Aline, great to have you here.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
How are you?
I'm good. A little bit nervous, but it's my first live, so let's do it.
I know I still get
you're gonna be
nervous.
gentle.
I still get nervous, and I do that every day. So it's every day. No, I do it every month. But yeah, so great. So we will talk about onboarding and such a big name, onboarding. But before that, I think it would be good to do a bit of a recap on what we do, because we always talk about the programs, but now it's the first live that we're talking about global citizen solutions. So basically, just as a recap to our viewers, Global Citizen Solutions is an investment migration consultancy firm specialized in citizenship by investment and residency by investment. So the moment a client choose which program to invest in, they will be in touch with the onboarding with Aline and her team. So the onboarding is basically one of our clients' first contacts with the company. So Aline, tell us, how do you onboard people into Global Citizen Solutions?
So I think you already started explaining what I was going to say, that it's important to make it clear that the client will have actually 3 teams working with them in parallel. That would be the onboarding team, that's us, the legal team, and the investment team. So each team has its own responsibilities. And the onboarding team is the first one to be in touch with the client, and is also, I think, the core of the process. Well, at least I like to think that way. Because when the client signs GCS, that's Global Citizen Solutions. So if I say GCS, that's what I mean. The client is redirected to one of our members team. And once we receive this new onboarding, we will check on our platform which information we can gather from the sales team. Just check if there is any particularity about that case. So after that, we will write actually a welcoming email to the client, and we introduce ourselves as their case executive. So in this email, we're gonna have like a few key things to start the process. And that would be, I'm gonna ask for some time slots to book a call with us and the legal team that will be assisting the client during this process. We also will share a link where the client will fill a Know Your Client questionnaire. And that was like actually really important because help us prepare to the call, and also some automations. We'll create a folder in our encrypted portal, and also we'll create a profile in our client management platform. That's where we share all the information with the other parts involved in the process.
Okay.
And well, talked about the encrypted portal. Thing that we share with the client in this first email is a link, a personalized link that the client will be able to use to upload documents to this portal. So at GCS, data protection is very important, and we use this secure portal so the client feels more comfortable to share information, because there's a lot of sensitive information. And we also use this portal if we need to share anything with with the banks or with the law firm, with the legal team.
So this portal is completely safe.
And yes, it is.
So that's reassuring for clients as well, because there's so much in this day and age that you don't want to do it in person because of many reasons, geographical and so on. But you're also not very sure about the safety of doing such important documentation online. So it's good for them to know that everything is done through encrypted portal, not portal.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly. And I mean, it's very important to make sure that the client will feel like more secure when he's dealing with a lot of information from them. And we also actually will have a folder we're going to share with the client to share some documents with the client. So, and also we use the encrypted portal to do that. So it's safe. We don't download anything to our computers or anything like that. And talking about security, we also have our part. So in the first email, we also have for security and compliance pros due diligence form attached to the client to fill that.
Okay.
And a link that will verify the passport. So it's something that we started using this year, and that's great. That makes the process more safe.
So this is it's a link for identity verification.
Yeah, it's really nice. Like, I don't know how that works, but probably I feel like in a movie, sometimes when it's doing that.
Yeah, I don't think we need to knowledge of it, as long as we know that it works and we had very competent people behind it, because we also have a fantastic marketing team and they're very techy. Yeah. Okay.
So that's pretty much the first contact that we have with the client, Gisani. And then after that, the client will let us know their availability to the call. And during this call, we'll be able to explain the process and answer any questions that clients may have, as well as to know more about the client's plans and expectations. And also, it's really good to put some face on the names and emails, right? Because otherwise, we just have emails and everything. And sometimes the calls also help us to know how to pronounce the names. Like my name is a name that everyone always wants. Oh, how do I pronounce your name? Because it seems not a common name to many people. So it's good also to have these things.
Yeah. So when you do a face-to-face call, will you be choosing a platform like Zoom? And so that's basically what we do here. Yeah.
Yeah, we normally use Zoom. Yeah, to do the first call. We've done Teams, but when we send the invite, we always send the Zoom invite.
Yeah.
And then so during this call, we will explain the next steps. So the first step, we'll get the NIF, that's the the Portuguese tax number actually, and to open the bank account. And based on the client's investment route, after the call, we introduce them to the real estate team or to the funds investment team. So sometimes the clients already know what they want. Sometimes they want to explore both, so they can chat with both teams, and then we put them in contact. Yeah. And I think after the client complies with everything we said on the email, the first and most important step is to proceed with the process to request the NIF, because it's something very important. And that's one of the things that starts with the Know Your Client questionnaire being answered. That's all the automation things, because that questionnaire will ask the clients to upload the passport and proof of address. And with these documents, the power of attorney and a letter of appointment will be made and shared using the encrypted portal too. So those documents must be signed in pen, like ink, no digital signatures actually. And then we just return the digital copy. So this is one of the documents that we can have just a picture. We don't need the client to send them the hard copy of these documents. So that's what we need to start to the NIF request. And the NIF, I know I said a lot of times, but it's very important because we need that also to open a bank account. That's one of the requirements for the process, the golden visa process.
It's really good to reinforce because NIF seems to be like the backbone of your journey when you choose a program of citizenship in Portugal. Okay, so then no digital signature you asked. It has to be old style ink. However, you have a very upfront and modern platform to get it all digitalized and ready to go. Yeah?
Yeah. Okay. That's like actually is the most important and really easy part of the process. Then after we're gonna share a list, the documents that we need for the bank account. And then you carry on from there. And I think I just summarized the really start of the process here.
You did. But at the same time, you also give me a great deal of information. And now I'm thinking like a new client, being overloaded with all this information, all these documents that will be needed from me. Could be quite daunting. So how do you manage this process to make it as smooth as possible to our clients?
We always try to break it down.
And to you as well. And also less stressful journey to you as well.
So yeah, exactly. So we always try to break it down the more we can. Like we try not to have so much information in one single email. I know that the welcome email is a little bit longer than we actually wanted it to be, but it's just some first essential information that we need to put there. And I also believe that we broke it down quite well. So it's quite easy to visualize some topics. So it's not that hard, I think, to understand. So we have everything really explained there. And the other emails we will send according to the flow of the process. For example, when you have the NIF at the beginning, you will have a lot of emails just dealing with that. So we can start even before the call because you have already answered the Know Your Client questionnaire. So, and our team is very efficient. So actually you could have the NIF ready by the time of the call. That's great. So you can just carry on from there. And after the call, we will actually, the client will have more sense of the process. And so it will be easier to keep with the emails and everything. But in any case, right after the call, the client will receive from the onboarding team at least 2 emails. And we split the emails really to not be so much information in just one. So one email will be with a PDF where the client can find the main contacts of the teams with telephone numbers and emails, and a list of documents to open the bank account. So if the client has any doubt about that process, that subject, everything can be in the same email chain. So can keep in that email chain. Yeah. And the other email will be the introduction to the team that will assist the client with the investment. So if the client wants to explore real estate or end funds investments, we'll make the introductions from there. And actually, so this is how we're doing at the moment, because this is how it makes more sense now.
Yeah.
So last year we had some deadlines, and so we had to make a few changes to speed up the process. But we are always trying to evolving, adapting, and seeking the best and simpler way to communicate with clients. So if we think that some change makes sense to make the process easier for the client, we'll adjust it like right away. And yeah, so when we send also the first email, we send a PDF with a summary of the process and documents. And actually, at the moment, we are working also, and we'll send in the first email, interactive checklist, so the client can have more control what they have provided. So I think would be a good thing to send, so the client can check there and what they had sent or not. So it's like probably a PDF where you can take and see what you have missing and everything. And yeah, we explain everything at the first call, and I think make things easier. And the first step will be to do everything ready to have the investment done, because after the investment's done, that you will have to actually deal with the application for the golden visa.
For the golden visa, okay. I see. And then, Aline, one question. I mean, I've got lots, but one that I think is quite important. Do you stay with the client? Because I can see that you hold them by the hand throughout the entire process. So do you stay with them from the first meeting all the way to the end when they get their residency or the citizenship? Or the contacts start getting less and less as they are getting closer to the end of the process?
Yes. Well, we are with the client from the beginning to the end, or even after the end of the submission of application. Actually, we keep dealing with everything. So that's why actually I said that I think the onboarding is the core of the process, because we link the client with everything, and we are the main point of contact inside GCS. And as their case executive, the onboarding is always available to assist the client with everything they need. So of course at the beginning we will deal much more, and because we're going to help them with the bank account, we will help them with the NIF, and to introduce them to the investment team and everything. But every time the clients need anything after that, we'll be available to, if they send something, some clients want to talk to the bank and they think that the bank didn't answer in really fast. So they say, could you please help us? And then we go there and then talk to the bank and everything is fine. So yeah, we work with the client during the whole process with that.
Okay, sorry, I thought I muted myself. No, I didn't. No, it definitely seems to be one of the core departments of the company. And hence why we're doing a live with you. So now I do, given all this information, I mean, when you have lots of processes, of systems, of anything new in our lives, it comes with lots of questions. It raises questions. So, and I guess sometimes with our clients, they will come to you not being really aware of which department will be able to answer the question. So do you manage this process as well?
Yes, we do. And we always try to help the best way we can. But unfortunately, we don't know everything. And also we don't have all the answers. So every time that a client has any doubt and doesn't know who get in contact to, who would be the best person to assist with that matter, the client can contact us, and we redirect the client to the best member of the team to help with that subject. So sometimes the questions are about the proper onboarding process as NIF or bank account, and so we can give the instructions right away. Other times it's something more specific about investment or about application, for example. Then we will redirect to the specialist in that area. Okay. So, and we also have some clients asking some information or recommendations in other things that's actually not specifically part of the process. And then we will check our list with partners and other service that we could indicate, so to assist the client, because we pretty much try to find a way to give the clients the best answer, or at least try them to help to find them, to actually find the answers actually. So
yeah, that's great. So even if you don't know the answer, you will know who will know.
Yeah, exactly. I will find someone that will know the answer.
Yeah. Great. You this is actually what you need when you're doing something that's so out of your own league, like investing in I don't know, it could be investment funds, it could be real estate, but with the goal of residency or citizenship by investment, it requires a lot of processes that you are not aware of, that you're not familiar with, and it's good to have this department with a team that is knowledgeable on almost everything, and whichever department they're not knowledgeable on, they will find someone to get an answer.
Yeah, we have at least the contacts,
Yeah, great. Your blacklist. Black book.
Yeah,
black
I do have my book. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We all have.
Okay, Aline. So I guess now I want to know from you, what are the main challenges that you had to overcome on the onboarding?
Well, let me see. I think different time zones can be a challenging sometimes, or even just like coordinate specific time with everyone when everyone will be available for a call, for example, or even like a meeting in person.
Some of your clients will be sleeping, and
yeah, exactly.
work hours.
We're gonna be sleeping.
Or you will be sleeping. I mean, but no, you
Yeah.
will be awake, I guess.
I guess talking about time zones, actually. So we also make it clear for clients, because we use a lot of WhatsApp, of course, emails. And then we always say, like, the clients can text us whenever they want. Even if it's late for us, we're gonna see when we can see. So there is no problem. If they send like it's really late for us in the morning, you're gonna check and gonna see. So there is no problem with that. But talking about challenges again, so I think the fact actually that for most of the clients the process is done remotely can be a challenge also. I mean, in the sense that it's a big step, and it's a few clients feel uncertain about the process at the beginning, because it involves a lot of money and there's a lot of change in their lives. But normally, after the first call, the clients feel pretty comfortable. At least that's the experience I have. So every client that seems to be a little bit unsure about the process, because a lot of things are doing online. After the call, then after they meet us, they feel pretty comfortable, and the work flows like really well. And other thing is, I think when clients, we love to have clients here, and please keep coming. We love having you here, but sometimes can be a challenge when we have a lot of clients at the same time, and you have to deal with emails and meetings.
Do they also come unannounced?
Well, sometimes we have clients is like mainly new clients. Sometimes we have new clients who says, "Hi, so I'm signing with you today. I'm going to be there next week," or sometimes we have even the same week. So we've been managing it really well. So it's not a problem. It's just like that thing about dealing. So it's just actually challenging, but things work well. We have a great team that's always available. So if someone is not available at that moment, we can check with someone else. So it's never actually a problem. It's just like having to deal with the situation.
Of course. Yeah, I see here, and I do, but also think that there is a specific time of the year that people tend to travel more to Europe, and that's around summer months or springtime. So you just need to pack everything together in a couple of weeks, and it's a challenge, but it's totally doable. It's not a problem at all. I can see how you can get there.
Yeah. And now is probably when it's gonna happen, because Portugal in the summer is just like amazing. Wow, amazing all over the year, but the summertime probably really appealing if people come here, right?
Yeah.
But yes, apart of
is there another challenge?
Another challenge.
How about when clients want something that doesn't rely on you?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that is something that actually drives her crazy because it's really hard when we have to depend on other people, when we have to wait for someone else answers or to respond to client, or when we have to rely on the public sector or someone else to have something done. That's really, I think, is the biggest challenge that we have, because dealing with clients, it's great. We can have a lot of work, but it's great actually, and you do everything we can, and the client's happy, and we are happy. But when we rely on other people or other sectors, so that's hard. Basically, the biggest challenge, I think, is when we have our hands tied.
Yeah.
And trust me, we
And I
do
guess that can be
everything we can.
very frustrating because you want to give good news. It can be very frustrating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sometimes it's just like,
of bad news.
no, yeah,
Or
and
no
then
news
sometimes you just
whatsoever.
have an email to answer. Sometimes you just have an email to answer, and then you're like there waiting for something. It's, I want to answer this client now, but I have to wait for something. So that, yeah, that's like the biggest challenge I think I can think about from onboarding.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can imagine delays that come, especially from public sector, is something that is completely out of your hands.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, I'm gonna try to do something. Let's see what we're gonna do.
But yeah, it's just something that has to be managed as part of life, part of our work. But so we talked about a couple of the challenges, but that you managed them quite expertly. Well done. And now I want to ask you about the rewarding part of this process, because in life there's a challenge and there are the rewards. So what is it that you really like, that fills you with proud when it comes like at the end of a journey for a client?
Um, well, I know that can sound like a cliche, but seeing the client happy is very rewarding. Mainly when you feel that they enjoyed working with you, that they trust you. And then they come and ask for some tips here in Portugal. Maybe they shouldn't even trust that much in that sense. But no, jokes apart, like sometimes even the client give us some tips and it's just great. As I've been living in Portugal for just a little bit more than a year, I really appreciate it. And I got really nice tips from clients that know Portugal much better than me. And I think it's really nice when we see that the clients are learning Portuguese
Oh yeah.
and exchange a few words with us and ask for some advice. And the champion request is the advice on obrigado and obrigada. It's because it's quite confusing because of the word change depending on who is saying the words. So, oh yeah, actually, obrigado and obrigada is thank you in English, like for the curious ones that are here. So, and the advice on that is that men always say obrigado with O at the end, and women will say obrigada. I mean,
Okay.
no
Good
one
to
will judge you if you say no one will judge you if you mess it up. But it's just like something that people normally, when you go to another country, you always want to know how to say thank you, right? So it's
Yeah.
I think it's the main word that everyone needs to know when you go to
Yeah.
another country.
And
So
please.
and like beside that, Jenny, I think besides like clients' happiness and they are achieving what they want, I feel really rewarded that I'm exchanging a lot of experience and meeting a lot of interesting people, and also knowing that I'm part of a great new and exciting part of their lives. I think that's really nice from this job actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. It takes a lot from you to follow up on so many aspects of a process. Then when it comes to the end, you just want everything to end beautifully. A residency on our client's hands, and a good obrigado or obrigada,
Yeah.
and yeah, and life goes on. But we're reaching the end of our lives. So, Aline, thank you very much. I really enjoyed talking to you today and learning more
Thank
about
you,
the
Gisele.
onboarding process. And do you have any last words that you would like to share with our viewers?
Well, thank you for inviting me, Gisele. It was a
Welcome.
pleasure. I was a little bit nervous, but it was really good. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed and know a little bit more about the process now. And thank you for watching. And I think I should say subscribe to channel to watch
Yes.
more and like the video and everything. And if you need anything, if you have any doubts, you can just contact us. You can email us, say that you want to talk to Aline maybe. So we are here to assist you the best way that you can. So
Yeah.
hope you enjoy the live and learn a little bit more about the process.
Thank you very much, Aline. You did my job. I don't have to say to people to hit or subscribe anymore, which is great. So I would just thank everyone who joined us. And if you'd like to leave a question here, our team will answer even after the end of the live. And I will see you next time. Obrigada.
Obrigada.